Even though the Browns have had an awesome 2021 offseason, this team isn't perfect. No team is. But having said that, what is the Cleveland Browns' biggest weakness or weaknesses? Well, today, we're going to talk about it. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Sanctuary, where we talk about all things sports all the time. Today, we're going to be talking about the Cleveland Browns and what I think their biggest weaknesses are. But before we get into all that, if you haven't done so already and you would like to become a Sports Sanctuary Legionnaire, do me a favor, go subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you can get alerted every time I upload new content to the channel. Also, I want to remind you guys that I am running a fantasy football league through Yahoo. If you guys would like to join, the link will be down in the description down below. I just figured it would be a cool way to get to know you guys outside of YouTube, because that's what I'm all about, making a community and building a lot of relationships with this audience, because you guys, without you guys, this channel is nothing, and I want you guys to know I appreciate you, so this is one of the ways I want to show that appreciation. So if you're interested in that, the link for that will be in the description down below. If the slots fill up too fast and other people would like to join, just let me know. I'll open up more leagues because I want everybody to be able to participate if they want to participate. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I feel like even though the Browns have had an awesome offseason here for 2021, this team isn't invincible. No team is. But when we say that, it's important to look at what the team's biggest weaknesses are. And for me, I feel like none of the weaknesses that I'm going to talk about really have to do with a position group on the team, because this roster is stacked from top to bottom. I would make an argument that this is a top two, maybe the best roster on paper in the NFL. Because if you take Tom Brady and you take Patrick Mahomes off of the Kansas City Chiefs, and you just look at the rest of the roster right up next to each other, I don't know, man. I feel like the Browns have a better roster. Even though the Browns roster has a lot of unproven assets on it, it's just a lot of flashy names. If the names all gel together like they're supposed to, I feel like on paper, Cleveland has a top two, top one roster. But let's just say it's top three. I don't really see a lot of weaknesses in those position groups as long as they perform and stay healthy. Which brings me to the first weakness of this team that I feel like, which is injuries. There's so many players on this team that if they get injured, or if the wrong string of injuries hits the team at the wrong time, it could really seriously derail this team's hopes for a playoff run. We could lose, and just think about all the players that we have on this team that are really susceptible to injuries. And these are our star players. These aren't even the other people that may go down that we didn't know played such key roles. But let's just start OBJ coming back from injury. He's missed 42% of his last games in the last 4 seasons. Jadeveon Clowney, super injured all the time. Played only 8 games in Tennessee last year. One of the biggest reasons people didn't want to bring him in was because they were worried about his injury history. Me being one of those, like, I wasn't really excited about the Jadeveon Clowney signing because he needs to stay healthy for me to be excited. You've got Denzel Ward, who is constantly injured every year. He misses 3 or 4 games every year. You've got Greg Newsome, we just drafted out of Northwestern, who has a lengthy injury history coming out of college, where he's missed several games every year that he's played. You got Greedy Williams coming back from the shoulder, who knows how that is going to shake out once he puts that shoulder on somebody. Maybe he re-aggravates it, maybe he doesn't. You've got Grant Delpit coming back from the Achilles injury, which he should be able to do because he's young, and you want to get those injuries young instead of older because they're a lot easier to bounce back from. As we all know, youth helps you get through some of these things. So hopefully he can bounce back, but if he doesn't, maybe he re-aggravates it. That's something you got to stay looking out for. I'm thinking about the next weakness on this, and I know a lot of Browns fans are probably going to get on me or be in the comment section about this, but hear me out, because I'm a fan of this person, even though I'm going to label them as a weakness just for right now. And that person is Baker Mayfield. Even though he had a great second half of the season last year in 2020, took many strides forward, showed us that he has the potential to be the quarterback we need him to be for the franchise. The fact of the matter is he has had a very inconsistent career. He was very inconsistent week to week last year as well. Not so much in the second half of the season, but you never really know what you were getting with Baker Mayfield from week to week. And until he puts that kind of stuff to rest, he's going to be considered a liability in my mind, because this team has been built around him for success. In my mind, this is no excuse time for Baker. Baker is done making excuses. He's got a great coach. He's got a great personnel. He's got a great situation. He's got everything around him is great. There's no more excuses. So if this offense and this team, I feel like will live and die with Baker's performance as a QB. So yeah, that's what the way I look at it. Those are the biggest weaknesses I see for the Browns right now. Has nothing to do with their position groups. I think it's injuries. I think it's Baker Mayfield. Those are the biggest weaknesses right now. And Baker can definitely turn himself into a strength if he comes out firing, showing everybody what he can do, and he lives up to the potential we all expect him to have as a #1 draft pick and the future of our franchise. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that these weaknesses are legitimate, or do you think I'm just being I'm worrying too much and the team's weaknesses lie elsewhere? Let me know how you feel about it down in the comment section down below, and let's talk Browns football, baby. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, go subscribe to the channel so you can become a Sports Sanctuary Legionnaire. Turn on your notifications so you can get alerted every time I upload a new content to the channel, and share the video with your friends on social media, because it really helps out the channel, helps the growth, helps out the getting more support for the audience and all that good stuff. You guys know how it is. Also, don't forget about the Fantasy Football League I mentioned earlier, link in the description down below. And yeah, thank you guys for coming out and watching another video, supporting the channel. I appreciate you. I will always appreciate you. And until next time, stay blessed, stay out of trouble, take care. Peace.